Hey guys, MSG Retired here, and I wanted to bring you a Jeremy DeWitt follow-up on his release. So this is kind of an update. I did a really short video last week. Then I had to get ready for race weekend. I spent the weekend doing my motorcycle road racing. Those videos will be up at some point. But I wanted to come back and dig into this a little bit deeper. He was immediately taken back into custody upon his release. And it was Lake County, Florida, had a warrant for him. So he was released, taken into custody, went to Lake County, and let me show you that. So you can go to the Lake County, Florida court system and look up the records. And this is the case in question. It's a petty larceny case where he failed to pay for a polygraph examination. And a warrant was issued. And of course, upon his release, they were notified. He was taken back into custody. And it lists everything down here. The charges, larceny, petite theft, first degree, 100 more, less than $750. The offense date was 2/18/2021. So there's your charge. And then we'll take a look at the court events. There was a plea negotiation on 10/24. And then 11/7, he had a traffic misdemeanor sentencing. I don't know what that was about. Dockets. If we look at the dockets, there was a bench warrant, 10/22/2021, affidavit of probable cause. Now, you can go on the Lake County court system site, and any of these with a little document paperclip, you can open up that document and look at it. I'm not going to go through the affidavit of probable cause or the arrest affidavit, but the warrant was returned. He was arrested. There was a, looks like a plea negotiation. Will be on 10/24/2022. But there was a surety bond issued. And we can go up here and look, arrests and bonds. He was arrested by the Claremont Police Department. And looks like $1,000 surety bail from Altman Bail Bonds. He must have them on speed dial. Surety company, Allegheny Casualty Company. So his $1,000 surety bond was done. And he was released. There were no link cases, and he owes a $50 public defender application fee, which is still outstanding. But then, so he was released, and the easiest way to figure out where he's at and what he's up to, just go to the sex offender and predator search for Florida, and of course he's going to pop up. And it was received, his registration was received on 9/14/2022, prior to his release. It's a temporary address type. And if we look at the flyer, let's see here, lists any identifying marks, the scar on his right arm that he got from a motorcycle accident, if I recall correctly. 5780 Major Boulevard, 954, Orlando, Florida. And when you look that up, when you show the map, if you go to Google Maps, pretty much that is a hotel. So for right now, he's staying in a hotel. And of course, the charges, lewd and lascivious battery, sex with a victim 12 to 15 years old from 2005, Then 2019 he got grabbed, failure to register. 2021 failed to register. 2021 again failed to register, and those were all guilty and convicted. And then it lists the vehicles, which I doubt he has any of those any longer. I'm not sure. The motorcycle, that's going to be a done deal because he has lost his right to operate a motorcycle due to his plea bargain. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring up his plea agreement and the conditions of his release and just go over those really quick so everybody knows what's going on as far as his conditions of release. If he violates those conditions of release, he's going to end up right back in jail again, which is nothing new to him. So, yeah, let me go ahead and bring that up. So, here are his conditions of release, and let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. It should be large enough for you to see. This was his plea agreement. So he basically did the NOLO on a bunch of stuff, which, you know, they took falsely impersonating an officer, interception of oral communication, falsely impersonating an officer, falsely impersonating an officer, falsely impersonating an officer, falsely impersonating an officer, and then failure to register. So, yeah, he pled NOLO on all of that stuff, and the recommendations were 18 months, which he's just been released. He didn't do 18 months. He got credit for 110 days. And then with good time and all of that, he was just released. And it lists all the different cases. Upon release, in these three cases, 48 months supervised probation, consecutive to DOC sentences in other cases. Probation cases to run concurrent as to each other, sentenced as HFO in this case only. First 2 years to be monitored by GPS monitoring. So he's going to have to wear a GPS monitor for the first 2 years of the 4 years. Monitor to be in place within 24 hours of release from DOC. Curfew, home confinement, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. So that's the first portion of it. Not sure if he's met all of those requirements, but these were the conditions of his release. Metro State. Engage in no activities related to Metro State. Do not appear in public to be affiliated with Metro State. Do not publicly comment about Metro State, with the exceptions to close any linked bank accounts to Metro State. To permanently close DeWitt official Metro State YouTube channel, which the YouTube channel is still up. To permanently close the Metro State website, I haven't looked to see if that's still up. Show proof to probation within 60 days of release of these closures. So that the Metro State YouTube channel needs to disappear within 60 days or he's going to be in violation of his release terms. He may work only with his attorney regarding resolution to any pending Metro State civil litigation. Now, he does have charges, I believe, still pending in Orange County. I believe that has to do with the eviction. He might have some open traffic stuff as well, but he needs to go through his lawyer, or whoever that lawyer may be at this time, to get these things taken care of. These exceptions do not give defendant any authority to possess any Metro State property, i.e. equipment, vehicles, gear, etc. All physical transfers of property, if any, must go through a third party. So if he still owns a Metro State motorcycle or sedan or whatever, that all needs to go. Defendant shall not possess any pepperball guns or anything resembling a firearm, utility belt, bulletproof vest, handcuffs, badges, or uniforms resembling law enforcement agencies or any other government agency. Defendant shall not drive or ride in any vehicles resembling law enforcement or other government agencies. That's vehicles equipped with strobing, flashing lights, emblems, insignia, spotlights, lettering, design, etc. Defendant shall not conduct, directly or indirectly, any funeral escort or security details, and defendant shall not direct any other individuals to do the same. Wow. Really putting some screws to him on that. By accepting the plea, defendant acknowledges that FS 316-1974 does not authorize non-law enforcement escort vehicles to drive outside of the funeral procession lane, nor to direct or block traffic, nor to commit other traffic infractions intended to facilitate the process, or the procession, I'm sorry. Why they put that in there, I don't know, because he's prohibited from doing any of that. He's got a 6-month driver's license suspension to be imposed upon release. He shall relinquish his motorcycle endorsement for the duration of probation, 4 years, and show proof of relinquishment to probation within 30 days of release. Something I'm going to keep an eye on and check on to see if he gets the motorcycle endorsement removed from his license. And he shall have no contact with any named victims or witnesses from any cases. Exception is, of course, his wife. The state agrees to file nolo prosequi in cases, and I'm probably screwing that up. I know everybody jumped on me for doing it before. And will decline to prosecute all remaining 6 non-arrest cases submitted by law enforcement. And then, of course, penalties. I understand total maximum penalties for the crime to be 70 years, 90 days, plus a total maximum fine of $50,000 plus court costs. Jeremy initial that. He is aware of that. If he violates this, he could end up with 70 years in prison. And then trial rights, plea understanding, charges, defense penalties, it goes on. And this is all available on the Orange County court record site. It says I have completed 4 years college. Well, we know that's a lie. So he's already lying on here. He never completed 4 years of college. He never completed 1 year of college. He never completed ROTC. That was one of the things he said. Oh, I went to Ranger School in ROTC, or I went to SF School in ROTC. That was all bullshit, and nobody could find any attendance records for him in any college. So, lying here. It's not seeking an enhanced sentence. And Jeremy's initialed all this stuff. He initialed this lie. Criminal Punishment Code. I understand that my sentence will be imposed pursuant to Florida law. Blah, 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 blah. He initialed all of this stuff. Total time served, he got credit for 110 days. That's because he did that voluntary commitment way back when. He does not waive his rights to a hearing, and I agree that there is nothing listed as a reasonable sum to pay for the services of my court-appointed lawyer. And he initialed that. It goes on and on. Driver's license, I understand that I am entering a plea of no blah, blah, blah. Mandatory discretionary driver's license privileges that were outlined above. So he doesn't have a license for 2 years or 4 years. I forget. I just read it too. That's horrible. But the motorcycle endorsements, toast. That's gone. We'll just go down a little bit more. He understands that he had to submit a DNA sample. He's in a database. Let's see. Collections, court, hearing, presence. He doesn't waive his right. He always wants to be there because he might have a chance to run his pie hole. And there you have it. So, down here. And that's exactly what he got. But I did want to bring this up just to reiterate his terms of release from jail or prison or wherever he was. And that he did get bagged on that misdemeanor charge, the petty theft charge. He did go back into custody for a very short period of time and then was bailed out. So that court case will be coming up. We'll see what happens there. I don't know if there's going to be any movement on his Orange County court cases. That has yet to be determined or seen. But, unless he starts up with his lying about military service again, I'm probably not going to do a lot more follow-up on this guy unless he gets a little more flamboyant and starts claiming the military stuff, which, they say any other agencies, that's a pretty broad term. So if he goes prancing around in a military uniform, he's going to be in violation of his terms of release. So, very small voice way in the back of my head says, well, maybe he will finally reach out, come clean, let everybody know what a shitbag he is, and admit to his false military claims, Special Forces Major, combat tours, all the awards. Maybe he'll come out and confess and put that behind him, but not doubtful. It's very hard for a narcissist to do that, and he is by definition a narcissist for sure. Anyway, wanted to bring you the update because a couple of people asked, and like I said, I got so busy last week. I got that really short video on him out, and that was about all I could do last week with everything I had to do to get out to the races. I'm going to have a bunch of race content coming up. I had a really good weekend, and things are looking good. I got some other stolen valor cases. I don't know what's up with MPRC. I'm getting requests back that are a year and a half old. I don't even remember who requested some of these records. I just got one back. Somebody had requested records on a James Choate. And I got back the, who? Haven't heard of him. So, this guy was supposedly a Vietnam sniper, but there's no records of him. Anyway, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up on this video. It helps the algorithm. By all means, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notification just to get notified when I upload new media. And have yourself a great day.